Hello, everybody. Hey, it's David with Philippine American Couple. In this episode of our weekly updates about moving to the Philippines, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the latest news where PAL, or the Philippine Airlines, not Philippine American Airlines, but Philippine Airlines has decided to join the international travel, what is it? The International Air Travel Association, and going forward with a COVID-19 passport system. So there's a new article out there that you guys can go read, but I'll read it to you a little bit here and I'll show you what it says. So the latest from businessinquirer.net basically says that the Philippine American Airlines agrees to join the global trial for a COVID digital passport. So out of Manila, PAL is joining the global trial for International Air Transportation Association, the IATA, COVID-19 digital passport. As part of the worldwide effort to safely ease travel restrictions, PAL has said in a statement Wednesday, April the 21st, that the trial period for IATA Travel Pass mobile app will run on select dates from May to June the 21st, from flights from Manila to Los Angeles and Singapore. PAL joins 27 other airlines from 25 different countries conducting a trial run of the new passport system. The rollout also comes as the Philippines faces new restriction given recent surge in infections. The United States government recently warned the U.S. citizens about traveling to the Philippines, while Hong Kong banned flights from the Philippines, India, and Pakistan. And this is very important to us because we're pretty much just waiting for things to get a little bit better so that we can move to the Philippines. So all of this is very important to us. The success of the global COVID-19 passport system could ease travel worries. Restarting international aviation has been in the forefront of the IATA's Travel Pass Initiative. A Travel Pass Initiative. Says Nick Arning, the IATA Senior Vice President for Airport Passenger Cargo Security, in the statement. So it's in their best interest, it's in everybody's best interest to get a system in place. We are proud to partnership with Philippines Airlines, the first airlines in the Philippines, to try the app and demonstrate the technology can conveniently and efficiently help manage passengers' travel with their health credentials. Now, in an earlier video, we talked about how we're going to keep our COVID-19 card with us and have copies of it and all that good stuff. The IA Travel Pass will also be available on iOS and Android users. It will allow travelers to upload their passports for digital biometrics and COVID testing results. PAL passengers using the app can add their itinerary, review health rules, receive verifications that they have complied with the requirements of their destinations. Moreover, the Travel Pass will also fast-track airport check-in process, reduce passenger congestion at the airport, and ensure seamless onward travel. So that's kind of what's going on with the latest news about, hey, guess what, everybody? We're going to try this. So the real question is, though, what is the app? I think we're already ready to move beyond the point, is there going to be a passport system in place that you have to prove that you've had a vaccine? I think we're past that. I think, by the end of the year, that's just going to be the way it is. So the real question is, what app do we use? Who's going to be the manufacturer of the app? Because right now, I've done a little bit of research, and there's all kinds of people out there rushing to make an app for your health records to show that you've had the COVID-19. So For me, what concerns me is I don't know if I necessarily like the concept of on my phone that it has all my medical history, that it has all my medical documents, and that when I have to go to an airport and show it to security or something, that they have the ability to look at all of that. So some of those apps worry me because there are health apps out there. I think the state of New York is using an app right now that is a big app about your health, and it has the COVID-19 as part of it. So I don't know. Those things kind of concern me, to be honest. So let's look at a little bit about apps, and I'm going to show you what I find about the new COVID vaccine apps online here. So one thing I'm doing, guys, is in order to really figure out what we need to do moving forward is I went out and found a website called Webmd, which I know very well. Over the years, I have researched medical topics on them a lot. So it is a trusted website for me. So in the website, I wanted to find out what are they saying about apps or ways to prove that you've had the vaccine. So there's a really good article here from February the 5th, 21 about this. Americans who get vaccinated against COVID-19 and use a digital health passport to prove it may have an easier time traveling this year and being admitted to things like concerts, sporting events, and museums. Reading through this, I wanted to see if WebMD knows of or recommends apps or how this is going to be done. So, and I encourage you guys to come back and read this article, but let me scroll down here and talk about digital health passport apps itself. So one thing I read here is the World Health Organization is helping to develop the standards that are going to go into these apps, which I think is very important because there's a lot of people out there already making apps, and there's been apps on the market about your healthcare for a long time. But if we're talking about international travel, worldwide travel, then we need a World Health Organization to help stabilize those. We also got to balance our privacy. That's a big concern for me. More relevant is the IATA travel pass. That's what we're talking about today. And the World Health Organization is trying to help have influence on that. One thing I like is it doesn't have a central database where it stores your information. It's stored on your phone. That could also be a bad thing because somebody can hack your phone. So there's a lot of issues with this going forward. But like I've said, you know, if you want to fly on their plane, if you want to go to their country, then you got to follow their rules, whether you like it or not. You know, I give the example that if I go to Walmart and Walmart tells me I have to wear a blue hat to get in the store, then I have to wear a blue hat to get in the store because it's a private business, not a public space. So let's transition over to the IATA Travel Pass initiative on the IATA website. And that's where we're at now. So their goal is to reopen borders without quarantines, which would be great because none of us want to go and have to be quarantined when we go on vacation. So that's part of what this is working on. So what I want to show you, but what I really want to show you is this little video. It's a YouTube video that's put out by the IATA about their travel pass. So let's watch it and see what they can tell us.
COVID-19 is changing the way we travel. Health requirements like testing and vaccinations will have a greater impact on where and how we can fly. This is why we have developed IATA Travel Pass, a one-stop shop to securely and conveniently let you verify that you meet COVID-19 health requirements for your journey. The app is simple and easy to use. First, it enables you to create a secure digital version of your passport on your mobile phone, which will link your COVID test or proof of vaccination and travel information to your verified identity. You can then add your flight details. The The app will automatically let you know what travel and health requirements are needed for your destination. This information is supplied by Thematic, the industry's most trusted source for global travel regulations. If you need a test, it will provide you with a list of verified health centres near your point of departure. There, your digital ID will be confirmed using your physical passport, which will allow the lab to securely send test results to your mobile device. Once governments issue digital vaccine certificates, you'll be able to upload yours to the app. If you meet the health requirements for your trip, you will receive an OK to travel notification, and with that, you're ready to fly. You can check in from home, sharing your status with the airline or border authorities before travel, or by showing it throughout your journey. All your data will be encrypted and saved on your phone, which means it will not be stored on a central database, and nobody but you can access it. The app's digital ID function will also pave the way for a future where travel is even more contactless. And IATA Travel Pass can act as your digital passport. It is a secure and user-friendly solution that travelers, airlines, and governments can trust, either on its own or incorporated by airlines into their own app. IATA Travel Pass gives you certainty in an uncertain world, so you can once again be reunited with family and friends, attend that important business meeting, or take a much-needed holiday and reconnect with the world and all it has to offer.
Wow. So what do you guys think about that? How does that video make you feel? You know, I have kind of mixed emotions about that. You know, on one hand, we want to travel, so yes, we will be in compliance. Do I like that they're going to be tracking us? You know, back on WebMD's website, it talked about the fact that you may have to show your vaccination to go to concerts, to stay at hotels. They're foreseeing that. So is it just another way for the government to track us, to keep up with us? Is it a way for corporate to do that? Is it a way for corporations to know, well, you know, we just got back from Vegas and we did all these activities. So does that mean 3 months down the road that Las Vegas is going to be sending us all kinds of coupons or deals or solicitations to come back and visit their hotels? How is this information going to be used? I like the fact, like I said, that it's on your phone, not a central database. But that doesn't mean your phone can't be hacked. The one question I would really have to question is, will our phones, both Android and the iOS system, that the iPhones, will we be able to truly turn this information off? So if we're not traveling for 6 months, can we turn it off so that no matter if it gets hacked or not, that they can't find this information? Those are things that worries me. The other thing I think about this that I like, if it works, is that it can give you update information about what's going on in those countries. So if we want to travel to England, will it let us know, well, are there any quarantines? Is there any swab tests being mandated? What are the numbers? That's great information. But the flaw in this is those countries, those governments, have to be able to submit accurate data in a timely fashion. So what if we're on our way to London, right? And we're under these guidelines. We check in, everything's great. We get the approval, but that approval's a week late. By the time we get to London, they say, oh, wait a second, we changed that. Sorry that your app didn't get updated. So it's all, it's all based on how good the data really, really is. So is this a step in the right direction? It is if you want to travel. If you're one of those people that don't like to have your personal space invaded, well, this is probably not for you. I don't know how I feel, to be honest. I know I will do this because we want to travel. Doesn't mean I have to like it or not. So this is what they're saying on the IATA website. The solution from their perspective is the travel pass. Now, as you can see, there's already a large number of airlines that have agreed to do this, that are participating in this. And Philippine Airlines just signed on. And you're going to, my opinion is, like I said, by the end of the year, this is pretty much going to become the norm. And there's going to be more and more airlines and countries that says, okay, we have to get a central database for everybody that has been vaccinated and or who has not been vaccinated. It's kind of like the no-fly list in America. Are you on the no-fly list because you didn't get a vaccine, or are you going to be able to travel? So there's a lot going on. Now, we're going to download the app, but I'm not going to show you that because I'm not going to share our personal information with you guys. But here's what they're showing how this is going to work. So here's what the app looks like. Little blue page. You're going to load it. You're going to sign into it. You're going to put your information. I'm assuming that you're going to scan your vaccine cards into the documents. And hopefully before you travel, you'll be able to submit that, like for us, to the Philippines and say, Philippine government, will this suffice for us to get into the country? And hopefully they'll say yes and say no. And then we have to go back and do it again or get a different one. Who knows how this is all going to play out? What I wanted to do in this video, guys, is just say, okay, look, I give up. There's definitely going to be a reporting system in order to fly internationally. It may even become domestically. So let's get over that. What do we do to prove it? How do we prove this? And how do we as individuals deal with that? So if you guys would, make sure you do some research on it before you travel. Get the latest. Remember, all of this is just my opinions and my thoughts and what I find. We greatly appreciate you guys subscribing to our channel, giving us those thumbs up, hitting that alert bell, and we appreciate it. And most importantly, guys, if you have comments or thoughts, I would love to hear them. I want to know what others think about this. That's very important to me. I love having an open dialogue. All right, safe travels.